Breaking news. It is impossible for the president to be cloned as claimed by Nnamdi Kanu. A writer declared, as many conspiracy aired out a lot last year that the current president Muhammadu Buhari of our dear country is a clone one and has suited a person named Jibril as claimed by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. However, here is a fact checked on whether it is possible or not. Systematically, human cloning is the creation of a genetical identical copy of a human. The term is generally used to refer to artificial being cloning, which is the reproduction of human cells and tissue. It does not refer to the natural conception and delivery of identical twins. The possibility of person cloning has raised controversies. How person cloning will always be impossible. Gene editing technology is already allowing us to edit out certain diseases in mice, and human embryos has been genetically manifest and modified in the hopes of finding better treatment for infertility. So what is going to happen when we figure out how to clone a person's brain down to its exact neural structure? In biology, if a plant or an animal, such as dolly, the sheep, a clowned sheep, has the same DNA, it is considered a clone. And these clones can end up as pretty successfully well. While Dolly himself only made it to 6 years old, half the average lifespan of a sheep. 4 clones derived from Dolly's cells line are currently alive and healthy at 9 years old. In physics, if you want to claim that you have cloned something, you are going to have to do a lot better than the sheep. Now, to talk of human. Facts. It is not just the DNA that has to be exactly the same. The relative positions, movements, and energy level of every particle and all of their bonds and interactions need to be exactly the same too. So, to say, President Muhammadu Buhari can't be possibly cloned because there will be a need for exact resemblance in position, movement, and energy levels, bonds, and interaction, which is nearly impossible to find in human. So cloning is and always will be fundamentally impossible. Now, to look at the physical knowledge of Nigerian history and happenings. It is not possible that the cloned person, as claimed, can actually think the way the president does, like having a strong knowledge of how things work in Nigeria. Or can we say he is being taught about it? Yes, let us look at it from all angles. Within the period of time the president was out of the country and till he was back, a possible clone cannot achieve within that time. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. This is so confusing. My question to what this writer has said is, if President Muhammadu Buhari is truly alive, why does he celebrate Salah in Aso Rock instead of Daura? Why does Femi Adesina suddenly talks from him? Why does Femi Adesina always talk for him instead of him to speak to Nigerians himself? Why did he not address the nation on a live broadcast and audience questioning, despite the whole pandemic that ravaged the whole world? Why was President Muhammadu Buhari, or why was PTF created and never was presented, seen? Why was President Muhammadu Buhari not showcase or show himself in any of these meetings? How come pictures, Photoshop of Aisha and her husband was never together seen, that they sat together as couple the way they used to be whenever they go for a meeting or for a concert? Why is it that suddenly all couple, the way they used to be, why can't they sit together the way they used to sit together? Why is it that suddenly all the time President Muhammadu Buhari's speech became something of mockery? Because it is always recorded and edited all the time by his media and publicity secretary, Femi Adesina. Please, for you to continue your defense, Mr. Writer, that he is the one in Aso Rock, can the president go for a DNA test? Let him go for a DNA test for us, so as to be sure that he is truly the person in Aso Rock and the person we are not brainless. Stop fooling around with our minds. Stop fooling Nigerians, because we already know what the truth. We know the truth already. So don't let anybody deceive you about all this. Nnamdi Kanu has said it. But come to think of it, Mr. Writer, Nnamdi Kanu never said that President Muhammadu Buhari was cloned. But he said that President Muhammadu Buhari is late and an impostor from Sudan is the one in Aso Rock. He even gave his name as El Sudani, called him Jubril El Sudani, only knows the real truth. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't say what he is not sure of. He kept saying this in 2015. Kept saying it in 2019 when President Muhammadu Buhari died. And now he keeps saying it. He still say that thing, that word. He mentioned that word, that President Muhammadu Buhari is no more. If truly Nnamdi Kanu is wrong, he said it once and he will never repeat it again. But he said he's sure of what he's saying, that President Muhammadu Buhari is late and dead. So viewers, with what you have heard concerning what this writer said, so what do you think? Is it possible that it's not Buhari, or is it Buhari? Out of convincing facts about this topic of President Muhammadu Buhari being clowned. Nnamdi Kanu has said it, that is not President Muhammadu Buhari. So what is your take on this? Your comment is very much needed. Drop them below the comment box. Click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to receive updates whenever I publish new videos. Thank you.